Hello and welcome back. Today we are looking at Astilla, which is Gara's signature shotgun, which isn't really shotgunny. It's a bit weird to explain, but before we actually get started on this, I want to express that despite the fact that it is capable of hitting 100% status chance, and I do recommend hitting that 100% status chance, please do not compare it to either Arcoplasmor or to Tigress Prime, purely because it doesn't have that amount of damage output. It is effective, it has great utility for the fact that you can effectively shoot round corners, which is actually pretty cool, but it's not as high a tier as those two weapons individually. So, in general, the overall effect of this weapon is, and the way it works mechanically is, you basically fire one very large slug. As this slug makes contact with an object, wall, enemy, it explodes into a variety of glass shards. It's those glass shards that will be doing the majority of your damage. Now, like I said, this is a status shotgun. Its total damage is 150, where 78 is slash, 70 is impact, and 42 is puncture. It comes with a 33% status chance, a 17% critical chance, and a 1.9 critical multiplier. Now, in all, that doesn't actually sound too bad, because, like I said, it's the glass shards that will effectively be doing your damage. So, that is, in essence, how you actually shoot round corners. If there's an enemy hiding behind a bit of cover, just on the edge, if you shoot the ground just on that corner, the shards will still hit him, dealing okay-ish damage. You get a lot more damage from the shards if it hits the actual enemy. And from what I can gather and what I've seen and tested, if you actually hit them from a relatively close range, I'd say about 30 to 40 meters roughly, it's a forced impact proc as well, which is quite weird considering this is a majority slash weapon. You don't really tend to get a lot of slash procs, which is why I've actually gone for a corrosive blast build over a viral radiation, thinking, well, it works on Tigress Prime, will it work on this? It sadly doesn't, or not as effectively, obviously. Now, this weapon can go pretty darn high, in effect to about sortie level. However, beyond that, it quite simply doesn't have the damage to push it that much further. But it is a great AoE weapon due to the glass shards. It has great knockdown and knockback capabilities because of the forced impact proc, I'm assuming, and adding in blast is also very, very helpful. Now, there are a few downsides. It's not very accurate to start off with, as well as it is so very ammo inefficient. You can see here I'm literally out of ammo, and to be honest, I start struggling a little bit and then inevitably die. I've completely cut that bit out, but I'll just let you know that I do actually die. On the plus side, due to the shardiness of it, as the slug hits an enemy, that can cause a corrosive proc, shall we say. Then when this slug explodes, those shards scatter out. Those shards can also cause a corrosive proc, shall we say. Which does mean shredding armour with this thing is so bloody easy. Like, it's beyond insane easy. Now, to get this weapon, it is actually purchasable from the market. So you haven't really got to worry about any form of research. However, it is like Tomato rank 7, so not too high, not too low. And it is actually quite effective, and I do recommend it. I mean, it's definitely not the best shotgun going, but it's definitely worthwhile, and it will definitely clear the star chart. So the build I've gone for is Toxic Barrage, Shell Shock, Scattering Inferno, Prime Point Blank, Contagious Spread, Hell's Chamber and Seeking Fury, just to help with the ammo efficiency. Now, I have seen a few people go with a critical build with this, and it does work to a point. You do get some lovely numbers, but it doesn't have the same over. For me, when this weapon starts to struggle, I want a little bit of CC to come from it. They can't shoot me if they're eating the dirt. Anyway, that is me. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you pretty darn soon. Ta-ra!